handguns a blast. Some handguns are funner than others to shoot. And I am talking about some favorite handguns that I like to shoot, and I have a blast doing it. There are a gazillion kinds of targets to shoot at, and just like handguns, some are funner than others to shoot. Now, I happen to like shooting steel, and especially for long distance, then I don't have to go out and tape targets. I don't have to go out and replace targets that I shot and shattered. I get to hit this multiple times without failure, and I get a lot of noise from it. Stay tuned. You'll be seeing a video on the Last Stand target stands, how cool they are, how easy they are to shoot with, and I think probably the most durable targets out there, short of maybe Action Targets and some other manufacturers, but these are probably about I want to say two-thirds of the cost, half the cost of something like an Action Target stand. And I would rather be spending my money on ammo, and not to say that Action Target doesn't have a place, they do, but mostly it's on flat ground. These can be adjusted anywhere, but I'm getting off on another subject. Right now I want to talk to you about cheap and easy and fun clay target holders. And these bad boys are a blast to shoot. They give you instant feedback, and they're a challenge. They're absolutely a challenge. As you can see from the wire rods, if those things get into the breeze, and I'll insert some footage right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not moving.
That's a squirrely one. Nice.
You can see Knee Knocker shooting these clays to his right, and as he hits one, he hits the second one, and then that third one is swinging back and forth. And that little son of a gun, 14-year-old, hit it on one shot.
That's a squirrely one. Nice.
And that's probably about, I want to say, about maybe 10 yards, maybe. Or not 10 yards. I want to say that's probably about maybe 5-ish, 15 feet. 20 foot probably, right around there. I wanted to keep it at that distance. But you are talking about hitting a 3-inch clay target. I think it's 3-inch. What is that thing? Okay, 4. But you're hitting a 4-inch target. You're basically hitting the size of a grapefruit at 15 feet. Or 20 foot. 20 foot, you vary them, and I'll show you on the course, you can vary these things and make one set a little more challenging than another set. But look at this. That little 4-inch dot. Right? My neck. So that, if you got your shots in that, you're doing good. And at 15 feet, this is probably about 10-ish, 12 maybe. There it is. And what is it? The 21-foot rule? If a dude's coming at you with a knife, 21 foot, you will not have enough time, supposedly, and according to police statistics, that is 21 foot, dude. If it gets any closer than that, it's time to act. I don't doubt it. I think my comfort distance is about 35 feet. I got some crazy ass coming at me with a knife. Are you kidding me? Cops have a lot of restraint, believe it or not. So, here it is, dude. This. Now, the caveat to this is, move, dog. The caveat to this is that you gotta have a few things in order to do this. The first thing you need is you're going to need a flathead shovel and a rake. And then the second thing you need is a Home Depot bucket. Because if you're going to do this, you're going to go out there and you're going to be responsible, and you're not going to leave your crap laying all over the place. You're not going to leave broken pigeons everywhere. You're not going to trash your area. You're going to clean up. And I'll tell you what, these things rake up really easy. And you just need a little rake, flathead shovel, 5-gallon bucket is more than enough. Second thing you're going to need is you're going to need biodegradable clays. And the reason you do biodegradable is because you don't want them obviously laying out there and polluting the area. So biodegradables come in, and you're not throwing them. I don't know if there's better than clay and non-biodegradables. Don't care. Just says biodegradable. Over time they will break down faster than other clays. And apparently it says so somewhere on here that they're not toxic to hogs. I never got that, you know? All these boxes, toxic to hogs. Okay, well, are hogs attracted to clay? I mean, is there like a special flavor? Is this like licking lead paint? And what's the deal with that? Okay, so anyway, you're gonna do this. You're gonna need, obviously, you know, your shovel and rake, your bucket, and your biodegradables. I mean, you're going to need a few other things here, and I'm going to show you what to do here. But we're going to make a very cheap, and I'm very much into cheap, as long as it functions. Very much into it. We're going to make clay target holders. And I've got a couple of things I need. Mostly a cigarette. But jackhammer Mike, smoking's bad for you. Shut up, so's being an asshole. Everything's bad for you. Okay, so now I'm sure, I think there's probably a couple other videos out here. I know there's at least one video out here because I ripped it off from the guy. I saw this a long time ago and finally got out to start using these things. And I don't remember who it was. I didn't save the video. I didn't favor it or anything like that. So unfortunately, if you're out there and you see this, I may have gotten the idea from you. Your video was first, I'll tell you that. But just in case you folks haven't seen it, or you're just looking around for target holders, and again, you know, you were searching around to find something like this anyway. Tell you how easy it is to make these things. First off, you need what they call fence tensioning wire. This is for chain link fence. This runs, I guess, along the bottom, and then you cinch it up and tighten up the chain link fence with it. You can get this at Walmart. It comes in 171 I think it's just 170, but it's still an odd number. Why 170? You know, why not 100 or 200? I'm not a fence guy, so I don't know. I think there's probably a reason that it's 170 foot, but I don't know. Anyway, that 170 foot roll, and I think this is 9 gauge or something like that. This was $27 at Home Depot. You get a lot of targets out of it for that. I also bought a set of, what are they calling these things? Lineman's pliers. Lineman's pliers. Basically they're wire cutters with crimpers. Milwaukee is very adamant about pointing this out for whatever reason. Here's what they are. And I think that was like another $19. Now if you've got a pair, you probably don't need to buy these. I wanted to buy a dedicated pair though, so I could take these out with us. And you know, these kind of pliers come in handy for all kinds of different things. But they work awesome on here, and I'm going to show you here in a minute. So these are number 48. I better put my glasses on for this. Can't read. There they are. 48226100 for the lineman cutters at Milwaukee. But again, I think they were like $19 at Home Depot. So what we end up doing is, I'm going to take this one for our example. See how curly cued that got? That was one hit. They do get hit, and they don't last forever. However, you can certainly use them once or twice, 3 times maybe. And when they get tweaked like this, basically all you want to do is cut off the head on it. Okay. When it gets shot like this, it gets real stiff and brittle. You can't bend it. It's a lot more flexible when it's fresh. Okay. Some of these have taken a couple of hits, and you know, you get a couple of shots out of it before you have to redo the head on it. But in order to get something like this, it takes half a minute maybe. Super easy to do. And you know, the cool thing about these is that you're going to get probably a maximum height of about 4 foot. When they start getting a little longer than that, they get a little top heavy and they start to sag. And quite honestly, at 4 foot, they're a challenge as it is, because the wind's grabbing it and they're flopping around. And again, you'll see knee knocker shooting these. He shoots off to the right, hits 1, hits the 2, and then that third one, you can see it moving back and forth. And that son of a gun hit it on the first shot. It was great. Good shot. It was a real nice shot. So, with that being said, let me show you why I like these so much. Because these are a perfect size for this. And what I end up doing on my first bend is putting the wire right into here. Okay? I know you can see that. You put the wire right in there and just close the jaw. Okay? Now it gives you perfect leverage to make a 90-degree bend on it. Okay? Just like that. You don't need gloves on. I should have mine. I just got a new pair of shooting gloves, mechanics. Christmas, my son got them for me. I want to wear them so I can get them kind of stretched out. Okay, so we made our first one. The wire fits right in there. We made our first bend, and then you take this part to make your second bend, and you went 90 degrees. Don't want to forget that. Everything's 90 degrees. You take your thin part right here, and you just grab it right here. Try to go up as close, you'll feel it, go up as close to that bend as you can get. Okay? And then we're going to go another 90 degrees. Okay? See where I'm going with this? Now, this is going to kind of be your center, this point right here. So you want to bend it, or you want to go twice as long. So this end is about right here. So you want to just eyeball it and go about like right here with it. And then once you mark it with your finger, put your wire cutters on there and give it another 90-degree bend. Now you're like that. One more bend. Okay. Now you're like that. And okay, so it's off, it's tweaked, so what? It doesn't matter. It still works, it still holds them. Take your cutters right here, where these two pieces, join, this end piece, right there. Take your wire cutters, put them right there, and bend that down. Okay? Easy peasy, Japanesey. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, problem. That one is a little bit big. So, squeeze it, just adapt it. There you go. Made that one too long. Alright, still use it, it's just a pain in the ass. Let's try this again. Let's see, that one's pretty bad, we'll just go ahead and use it. Alright, this stuff's pretty stout. Coffee and cigarettes. It's lunchtime. Okay, let's try this again. Get that in there. Try to do a nice tight bend on it. Go up here. Give it another bend. Go a little more, like double your size. There. I'm going to be about twice as long or so. Bend it. Now you can notice these bends, they're not going to be real sharp. So you'll be going over just a touch. So you want to just kind of practice with a couple of them, and it gets pretty easy to do. Overlap it. Again, they don't have to be perfect. Not by a long shot. And then you're ready to go. Now, hopefully, still making them a little bit big. Okay. Now, pretty tight. Oh, yeah! Oh, I lost that one. Okay, so they stay in there pretty good. Now, notice where you kind of want them to sit. On the bottom. Gives everybody a chance to shoot all up in here. So try to have your wire as low as your conditions will allow. Okay. If you hit the wire, like I said, you're going to get a couple of hits on it, and you're going to have to redo it. If it's too windy, just spread this out a little bit and sink this down in there a little further. Okay, and that's going to be really, really tight. And again, this is so cheap to make. Who cares if it gets hit? You just keep reusing it until they're too short to got an alarm going off. I'm watering. Let me change the water here. Get right back with you. Matt! Stay here. Okay, getting back to it, you know, it don't have to be perfect. Once you start doing a bunch of them, you sit around, watch some TV until your wrists and forearms get sore. You know, you make a bunch of these up. 170-foot roll. Let's see. If you made them maybe 4 foot, yeah, say 4 foot. You do the math. You get quite a few of them. And then again, you can cut the top off and reuse it. You know, you make them various heights. I don't know if you want to go much lower than a foot or so. A little short one would be, you know, a fun target, but, you know, I kind of, unfortunately, I can't get them up here. I like torso height targets. These are just, they just bend too much. So, but they're good for marksmanship, practicing your accuracy. So I guess wherever you're lining up your sights, whether it be low or mid-length, it don't really matter. If you're hitting this at 15 yards, just tell everyone to shut the hell up. It's not too low. Anyway, a couple of one of the other things is that depending on where you go, you may have an issue with the ground being too hard to poke this in. Okay. What I like to do is I'll just take one of these stakes, drive it in with a hammer, about 8 inches or so, pull it up, and then drive this down into the hole, and it seems to hold them pretty well. Pretty easy to do, and they're pretty easy to make. This was, I think it was like $9 or $10, maybe $16. I don't remember. It was under $20 for this, and it's 135. That's quite a bit. I mean, you could get two boxes for under $40 and have pretty much a full day of shooting. It's not a gimme. I'm telling you right now, it's not a gimme. You think that, you know, oh yeah, I can blow those away all day long. Well, if it's windy out or you've got a breeze, if these are moving, even if they're not moving, 15 feet, 20 feet, that's not a gimme shot by any stretch. Again, 4-inch plate, and a lot of fun. So again, if you get a opportunity to go out and play with your favorite handguns, please, please, please pick up your stuff and have a blast. Kids are gonna love it. The wife or girlfriend's gonna love shooting them. It's just fun to shoot at, something different besides tin cans and garbage, whatever's out there at your local trash heap. Me, I keep it real, or, well, keep it real. Keep it real for me, and I go out to places where there are no people and there is no trash heaps, shotgun shells and crap laying all over the place. So, these clay targets you'll find are a ton of fun. So, happy shooting, tubers. See ya.